So a couple of weeks back at Summer Game Fest, Marvel Spider-Man 2 unveiled the cover art for the game and also had pre-orders go live. When the pre-orders went live, there were 3 versions of the game that were available to purchase: the Standard Edition, the Digital Deluxe Edition, or the Collector's Edition. And although on the day that pre-orders went live, it was very tough to actually get through and have your pre-order for the Collector's Edition, nowadays the Collector's Edition for Marvel Spider-Man 2 is still available for pre-order. And so I figured, considering that several people online have talked about this, I'll join in on the conversation and give you guys my thoughts on what edition of Marvel Spider-Man 2 I think is the most bang for your buck. We'll start things off with the Standard Edition of the game. The biggest pro to this version is that, as far as I am aware, it is the only physical version of Marvel Spider-Man 2 that you can purchase. If you are to pre-order the game, you're going to get access to the Arachnite suit for Peter with 3 different color variants, as well as the Shadow Spider suit for Miles with 3 color variants for that as well. You'll also get, as part of pre-order bonuses, the Web Grabber gadget and 3 skill points. And if you're wondering, that Web Grabber gadget was actually shown during the PlayStation Showcase demo that we got back in May. I should mention that all the pre-order bonuses here are just early unlocks. If you don't want to pre-order the game, that's totally up to you. You can still get that Arachnite suit and the Shadow Spider suit through progression in the game. The only drawback to pre-ordering a physical copy of a game is that you might not be able to play it right at midnight as soon as October 20th hits. But you won't have to wait to hit that thumbs up button. You just got to scroll down and do it right now. But if you pre-ordered the game already and you got just the launch edition, if you wanted to get your physical copy, make sure you call up your local retailer whenever you get close to October 20th and see if they're going to do a midnight launch.
Copy that.
That's your best bet to get the physical game if you're a collector, and then also have the opportunity to play it as soon as possible. The Standard Edition for Marvel Spider-Man 2 will run you $69.99 USD, so make sure you check what that converts to in your local currency. Next up, though, we have the Digital Deluxe Edition. This is going to cost you a bit more, $79.99 for this version of the game. That's USD once again. And to my understanding, if you get the Digital Deluxe Edition, it actually just includes the pre-order bonus content straight away. So that's the 2 early unlock suits, the Web Grabber gadget, the 3 additional skill points, and then you also get additional photo mode items and 2 more skill points. But the thing that they're packing in here that is most important is that you get 10 additional suits as part of the Digital Deluxe Edition. 5 suits for Miles, 5 suits for Peter. And all of these suits are original designs that were made by several artists, some that were outsourced and some that are made in-house by folks who work at Insomniac Games. So none of these suits actually come from the comic books. Every single one of them is a unique design. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten an in-game look at these suits just yet. We've only gotten the promotional image that they put out when they announced the Digital Deluxe Edition. But San Diego Comic-Con is around the corner, and hopefully during that panel that they got planned, they might give us a new look at these suits in-game. And I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con later this week, so if they show anything, I'll make sure to have you guys covered on all that right here on this channel. If you want to see some Spider-Man 2 goodness later this week, subscribe, turn on those notifications. I got you guys covered. And it goes without saying that the immediate con, the drawback to getting a Digital Deluxe Edition for any game is that, well, you're getting a digital-only copy of the game. So if you're a collector, if you're somebody who likes to collect physical copies for any games out there, well, you're going to be missing out on that opportunity here. And then finally, we have the big kahuna, okay? The Collector's Edition for Marvel Spider-Man 2. This is going to run you a hefty $230 US, which was a hell of a lot more when I pre-ordered it here in Canada. I can tell you that much. But the Collector's Edition for Marvel Spider-Man 2 includes a whole lot. Not only are you going to get the pre-order bonus items and as well the Digital Deluxe Edition items, but you're also going to be getting a 19-inch Collector's Edition statue of Venom facing off against Peter Parker Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man. And 19 inches is a tall frickin' statue. It is not going to fit back there. The Collector's Edition also comes with a steelbook display case, which shows off that concept art that we got from Summer Game Fest of Venom fighting off against the Spider-Man. And here is my least favorite part about the Collector's Edition for Marvel Spider-Man 2. It's actually my least favorite trend for Collector's Editions in general. It's that it doesn't come with a physical copy of the game. You're only going to be getting a digital voucher code for the actual Digital Deluxe Edition for Marvel Spider-Man 2. I am not a fan, to say the least, of this new trend because they know exactly what they're doing here, okay? They're not going to give you the disc because they want you to buy an additional copy if you're a collector like that and want to have the disc inside the Steelbook, which of course I'm gonna do because I want to collect Spider-Man 2 related things because of how much I am looking forward to this game. But I really wish they would have included the disc on this one specifically. It is honestly such a bummer in my opinion. And I can imagine for a lot of people out there who were really close to pulling the trigger on getting their own collector's edition, this was the thing that maybe held you back. And to bring things full circle now, this is kind of where the question becomes, well, which edition do you buy? And this is where I get into the secret tech for Marvel Spider-Man 2 and pre-ordering the game or just buying the game in general. If you're a collector, like myself would be in this case, I don't mind getting digital copies for games, but for a game that's special like Marvel Spider-Man 2, I want to have a physical version. So if you're like me, I would just get the standard edition. The secret here being you can actually purchase the digital deluxe edition content as DLC. Insomniac Games have confirmed this. If you want to, you can get a physical copy, and then when you get your hands on the game, just spend the extra money to get all those digital deluxe edition suits. And if you pre-ordered it, you have all the pre-order bonuses as well, so everything is unlocked for you right then and there. This is still going to run you that $79.99 price tag as if you were going to be getting the digital deluxe edition, but the plus side being you have a physical copy now. If you're the ultimate collector and you have the money for it, then yes, the collector's edition will end up being the most bang for your buck, but then it's going to depend on whether or not you'd be willing to spend the additional money on a physical copy for the game to put the disc inside the Steelbook. If you're patient enough, you might see some people who are selling their Steelbook online. There's some people out there that don't want the Steelbook or just want to sell specifically that, and if you want to hold out, if you don't want to have the collector's edition, the whole thing, but you want that Steelbook, you never know, some people might be selling it. So in my personal opinion, if you're really looking forward to Marvel Spider-Man 2, if you got a bit of wiggle room in your budget and you're the type of person to pre-order games, just get the standard edition and then upgrade to the digital deluxe edition content. That way you've got a disc, you've got the case for the game that you can put on display if you'd like to, and then you also got all those digital deluxe edition suits. But if you don't care about those 10 additional suits, then the standard edition is probably your way to go. But if you're not trying to be a collector, if you don't want to have the physical copy, if that doesn't really matter to you and you got the unlimited budget, go big or go home, because as far as I know, on the PlayStation Direct website, the collector's edition for Marvel Spider-Man 2 is still available. And of course, as with what I just said about the Steelbook, the option is available to you to potentially wait and see if people online are just selling specifically the statue. Granted, I don't know what people are going to price it at, but I'd have to imagine that there's no way they're going to price it more expensive than the literal collector's edition full price. So if you find somebody being reasonable online and you can just buy the statue itself and then you already have a physical copy of the game, well, you kind of get the best of both worlds there. But I understand that that could be a pretty big if, and that's not something that you should be banking on. Obviously, it comes down to personal preference, but if you're leaning one way or the other, if you're on the fence between standard edition or the digital only copy of the game, well, then just get the standard edition because you can get the digital content anyways. And with that being said, now I want to kick it to you guys. Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section below. Which version of Marvel Spider-Man 2 do you think is most worth it? And then also, if you've already pre-ordered the game, which edition of the game have you pre-ordered? Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section below. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, hit that thumbs up button. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.